Flash Wilson will fair catch it out to the 25-yard line. Brungard on the move with some space and a great gain to start the game for Youngstown State. You take a look at the Penguins' offensive starters today after that pickup of 7 yards. Couple of backs in the game. For Brungard, he'll give it off to Tahir Mills, and he gets swallowed up. A very short gain, maybe 1 yard. Youngstown State spreads it out, and Brungard connects for a first down with Archie Dandridge. 4 receivers and a tight end on the field again, spread out for Brungard. He gets it out of his hands quickly to Jaden Gilbert, and Gilbert's able to power his way just across the 45-yard line, a pickup of 5 yards. Now Brungard's under center. Gets it out quick for an early trick play, a double pass attempt. Fresh Walters lets it go out of bounds. Well defended by Michigan State, and it's 3rd and 5. So first drive double passes are 0 for 2. If you look at New Mexico, UCLA last night, New Mexico broke out 2 trick plays to start that game. 0 for 3, that's right. Here's a 3rd down throw, complete. Austin Bray very near the line to gain. Looks like he's getting marked just short, and it's 4th down and inches just across midfield.
Yeah, you've seen this all over college football, Guy. 4-down territory, meaning on 3rd down, head coach coordinator say you got 2 downs to get it. You'll see that a lot today from Coach Phillips in Youngstown State in this regard.
Youngstown State has been good.
On the previous play, the runner being short of the line to gain is under further video review.
That's Greg Blum, our referee. Youngstown State's been good on 4th down, should have come to that. About half a yard to go for Youngstown State. Brungard looking. Can he get to the edge? That is very close. Where'd he step out? Yeah, Mike Yursich, the offensive coordinator, said he regularly beats me to the facility. Here's a trick play. It eventually gets to the quarterback, and Brungard throws it complete to Alex McDonald, the first catch of his career. Extra offensive lineman in the game for Youngstown State, and the handoff inside. 10th play of this opening drive for Youngstown State, headed towards the student section. Brungard pulls it down, weaves his way, breaks a tackle, and just continues to pick up yards. Finally pushed out by Wayne Matthews, but not before he picked up 7. On 3rd down and short, it's Mills burrowing his way for a first down. Pressure up the middle. Brungard gets away, and he's able to make something out of a play that was blown up by Quindarius Dunnigan. Gets a couple. 13th play of this opening drive. Spread out again. Brungard with time. And off the hands of Bray, incomplete, and it's 3rd and 8. Bray, the tight end, in motion. Brungard running that way, looking for some blocks, and that play is snuffed out and erased. State about to touch the ball for the first time. Elijah Tautoliver is going to bring this out for the Spartans.
He has not turned the ball over this season. Hasn't turned it over in the last 5 games. Talked to him yesterday. He said he's feeling as good as he ever has in terms of seeing the game and knowing the situation.
And he's going to give it to Mekhi Frazier on first down. It makes the first man miss, and then gets hit from behind by Michael Voitis, the key defensive lineman for Youngstown State. Chiles gets it out quick, and that is caught. Nick Marsh breaks a tackle. First down, Marsh racing across midfield. How do you bring this man down? 28 yards. Youngstown State is without its top corner, DJ Harris, today due to injury. Chiles now on play action. On the move, and he throws that, and holding on complete, Mekhi Frazier. Oh, he took a pop. Oh, that's Marsh, excuse me, his second catch of the game. And it's back to Frazier. And that's going nowhere. He gets swallowed up by Ebony Curry Jr. A loss of 1 yard. And it's 2nd down and 11. But a good stop there from Youngstown State. So 2nd and 11. Back to the ground. Frazier. And he gets some of it back. And it'll bring up 3rd down and about 6.
This is an interesting situation to me. I think this is 4-down territory, guy, meaning for Jonathan Smith and Brian Lindgren, the offensive coordinator for Michigan State, you only got to get half. You're going to go for it on the 4th down. So it just opens up your menu of plays. Wouldn't be shocked to see the tight ends get involved here as Aidan Chiles reading off that wristband in the huddle.
As the ball sits right now, it is right on the fringe of the longest field goal range that Jonathan Smith would like. So 3rd down and 6. And Michigan State is going to take the timeout with the play clock low. After the Michigan State timeout, 3rd down and 6 for Aidan Chiles. And he's going to hand it off to Mekhi Frazier. And he loses a yard. Dane Hodge was all over it, maybe lost 2. And if you were thinking 4-down territory, Yogi, what do you do here?
It's still 4-down territory. Just watch the interior. Look at these 2 linebackers. You're thinking, are they going to come? Are they going to come as the snap evolves? Not really. Just kind of hanging there, and then boom, they make a play. And that's a nice job of the eyes of this linebacking core of Youngstown State. It's easy to allow these big old linemen to get up in your pads. It's a physical group up front for the Spartans. Didn't allow that.
4th down and 8. Michigan State going for it. First possession of the day for the Spartans. Chiles moving around in the pocket. Now he's going to break free. And Chiles has the 1st down. And he finds Amari Kelly. And Kelly picks up another Michigan State 1st down. Fullback Jay Coyne makes his first appearance for this 9th play of the drive. And Chiles is going to hand it off again. This is Frazier for 5 hard yards. And it's 2nd down.
You reference the offensive line guy and the rotations. They're coached by Jim Halchick, who, you talk to anybody in the country, who's the best offensive line coach, his name's immediately going to get to the top of that list. And a big part of it is the stretch scheme, the zone running scheme, meaning his offensive lines have always been athletic. At every stop he has been over his illustrious career, they're trying to get the defensive line running, and then the back will cut off of the backside of the offensive line.
Jack Velling, the tight end, goes in motion. 2 tight ends in the game. Flip it on the end around, and still on his feet, Rodney Bullitt Jr. Now he's got a couple of blocks, and he's in. The first touchdown of his career puts Michigan State in the end zone. Flash Wilson will let this head into the end zone. And let's go to Dave Revston in Chicago with a studio update. Brungart's going to give it to Tahir Mills. Now 2nd down and 8 with the play clock down at 5. Brungart stands in and delivers right on the money. Max Tomczak, his first catch today. It'll bring up 3rd short. Down and 2. They look to the sideline. Plenty of play clock to play with as we start the 2nd quarter and continue the 2nd drive of the game for Youngstown State. Brungard with time, throws into traffic, and it's broken up by Malcolm Bell, the senior defensive back, who's trying to get it to Arcade Dandridge. Great punter matchup today. Brendan Kilpatrick, the best punter in FCS football last year, on Youngstown State side, and he sends this away to Amari Kelly, who's going to watch that liner bounce all the way down inside the 15. No surprise, this is the 3rd most prolific duo active in the Big Ten right now between quarterback and receiver. Here's Chiles as that play breaks down scrambling for 3 yards. In short order, Marsh and Chiles have gotten on the same page. You see what they've done. 49 connections going back to Marsh's great year last year as a freshman.
I just love how they've grown together. You know, while Aidan Chiles is a year older academically, he just turned 20 yesterday, as we referenced earlier with Rhett. These guys have grown in this system under Jonathan Smith. They know their ability, they know their potential. They put all the little work in the offseason to have a really impactful year.
Chiles is going to give it. First carry of the day for Brandon Tullis. And it'll bring up 3rd down and a long 3.
I just think these wideouts are really talented. You know, guy, we talked about Nick Marsh, Amari Kelly. We've seen him at times. Is there a world where you spread them out? They go a little up-tempo, no huddle here. Find a way to just get the ball, one of them in space.
Quickly to Chiles. Long throw to Marsh. First down, Marsh free again down the sideline before he's upended. Marsh has gotten a healthy and steady diet, and here's another one for him. One-on-one. And another first down for Marsh, and still fighting. And they'll go back to Frazier. And he goes down at the line of scrimmage. And Yogi, this is what you talked about, Nick Marsh, last week after the game. It was fun talking to Jonathan Smith about it this week. Of course, he goes, you know what, we looked at the numbers. He's right. We do need to get him the ball more. Here's Amari Kelly taking his turn and a first down. Rhett?
Yeah.
And Chiles is looking for him. And then he checks it down to Kelly. Incomplete. That's a great call. Here's Frazier. Well, I guess it came out last year to that point, Yogi, a freshman record. You saw the graphic earlier for yards and receptions here at Michigan State last year. He enters play today, 3 receiving touchdowns, tied for the league lead.
Well, I think to Red's point around competitive confidence, every great wideout we've ever been around, whether it was Rhett Lewis or Keyshawn Johnson or right here and Nick Marsh, and you got to have it. You know, you need the ball, and you also have to understand the holistic element of what wins games. That's why I love watching him when he's not having the ball target. He's still blocking downfield. He's not a lazy route runner away from the ball. He does a lot of those things to be a true, complete wideout.
3rd down and 7. Chiles, all the time in the world. And there is Jack Belling. And they can't tackle him. And the tight end has a first down and is in the red zone. Both tight ends in the game again. Tullis is the back. And Chiles is going to give it on the end around to Krishan McCray. Looking for the edge. He's got it. Now he's trying to cut it back, and the pursuit recovers, and that is a no gain. No loss, no gain. Second down. Chiles pumps, looks, throws, Belling, and he brought it down. Another first down on a tough catch. 3 tight ends in the game now, with the fullback as well, Jay Coyne, in front of Makai Frazier. Chiles going to turn and give, and Frazier pulls away. A flag comes in the end zone. Now we'll check on this penalty. Greg Blum sorting it out.
Illegal substitution, defense, 12 players participating in the previous play. Half the distance to the goal remains first down.
As you saw Phillips going off the field there, the offensive lineman from Michigan State.
12 men on the field, easy call.
Is that a bear front? An extra bear front?
Yeah. That's a grizzly front, maybe.
So now first down. 3 tight ends plus the fullback. Coyne is still in the game, 44, the fullback. He's just attached to the left. They're going to toss it to Frazier. And Frazier breaks through. Touchdown, Spartans. Connington, who got the kicking job last week in dramatic fashion, his second successful extra point of the day. is knocking on the door, looking for their first touchdown of the day. And Gilbert is able to, let's see, did he break the play? Right now the indication he's down. As Gilbert takes it into the end zone, and Youngstown State scores its first touchdown today. All 8 completions by Aidan Chiles have been of at least 10 yards. Backs up and finds Belling, who gets cut down after a short gain by Isaiah Hackett. Chiles turned around and had pressure right in his face from Michael Wells.
And they try a version. You fake the toss and you go back the other side. That's an old school play titled a naked. And nothing doing there. And again, Youngstown State has been really disciplined. They have not bit a ton on some of these potential trick plays or the fake toss.
Extra pressure from Youngstown State, and that gets out to Nick Marsh. Swipes away one man. Now Marsh is racing to midfield, and another first down. Another one-on-one. Marsh breaks away, is able to jump forward and get a healthy gain, right?
Coaching staff here at Michigan State feels like Nick Marsh is on a different level on game days, right? I think we could probably agree after watching this performance thus far, but they say if they can get that kind of level of play during the week of practice, then really watch out, because this guy's going to reach his ceiling.
Yeah, you start thinking all across the country, all across the Big Ten, some of the more dynamic duos. He's got to be in that conversation. Already 3 broken tackles in this game.
He had 3-on-1 touchdown last week, and now flags come in and movement up front for Michigan State.
That is the first self-inflicted negative of the day for Michigan State.
False start. Offense number 58. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
Swing it out to Frazier, and they can't connect. It's incomplete. Just the second incompletion of the day for Aidan Chiles.
Third down.
You heard the announcement there just to confirm that was not a backwards pass and a fumble. Third down. 3-man rush. Chiles climbs the pocket, and Krishan McCray makes the catch. Great catch, and this is going to make it 4th down and very manageable, and they're going for it. Already 1 for 1 on 4th down today. Chiles with time, down the middle, Belling, and it's intercepted nearly. So Youngstown State takes over. Quick throw out to Tomczak, and he's tackled quickly after a pickup of 3 yards. Now they've got to take the timeout. The officials are not holding for that substitution, and we'll take a 30-second break.
This is a 30-second timeout.
And Michigan State has 1 left before this 3rd and 6. A lot of noise here in Spartan Stadium right now. Play clock is at 3. Run guard. And there's Tomczak. First down and a block, and he's down inside the 40 before he's finally brought down by Brady Pretzloff. A pickup of 17 yards, and we hit the 2-minute timeout that Michigan State delivered pregame. Now the defense is trying to do the same before halftime, and they do on that first down run. Alex Van Sumeren. He fakes it, now steps up and throws an interception. Picked off by Armand young man last week here in this stadium, and what's been an emotional year, a big moment here again today. And you're right, Red. He really is. He's been great on the field the last 2 weeks. It's all come together for him. Here's Tullis on the check down. Michigan State does have a timeout, and that picks up about 4 yards as the clock ticks towards 1 minute. A flag down and a player down. The day on Friday was special. It was the 1-year anniversary of Armarion legally becoming the guardian for 4 of his 5 siblings. Did you see Colin Vaughn down? And we'll check on the penalty.
Sideline interference. Youngstown bench. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down. This penalty is against an assistant coach.
So after the penalty, it also stopped the clock. That was the other part of it for Michigan State. The penalty, 15 yards and a clock stoppage. And they're able to hold on to that timeout. 2nd down and 5 coming up after the run from Aidan Chiles. Chiles back to work. And Tullis, did he get the first down? Ball came out. He's ruled down. It's ruled a first down, so the clock will stop while they move the chains. And Tullis comes up a little gimpy after he got bent backwards, but looks to be okay.
Yeah, this is the hardest part of 2-minute offense, is when it's close. We'll see it here. You got to immediately line up and get the plays. They get it off.
Chiles out of the pocket. Boy, is he jogging? Is he runs so under control?
Well, his discernment is really impressive, and to me, things are really steady for him.
Again, 3-man rush. So Chiles has time to throw it away. Well, that is a cut loose and on target throw to Rodney Bullard. Nick Marsh without his helmet on there on the sideline. He's been dominant today in this first half for Michigan State. Chiles with time. End zone. Can't connect with Evan Boyd. Chiles gets that out quick. There's Velling, and he's down to the 2-yard line. And with 7 seconds, Jonathan Smith will use a timeout, and it's 1st and goal. Pick up at 23.
Oh, no timeout.
No
They're going to try to spike it.
Hurry up.
I was thinking he might try. Nice job of awareness there. Now the question is, as flags come in, if this is a flag, if this is a false start on Michigan State, it's going to be the end of the half.
That's right. They could use the timeout to avoid the 10-second runoff.
Not all 11 players for Michigan State were set prior to the snap. That's a foul for a false start. This normally calls for a 10-second run off the game clock. However, Michigan State is using its 3rd and final team timeout to avoid the runoff.
24-yard attempt here for Martin Connangton, and it's good. Noah Lante Brown again on return. That'll sail into the end zone. Looking for his defense to step up to start this second half as Mekhi Frazier runs into a wall. Part of that tackling issue was because Nick Marsh was running wild. With Frazier again, and again going nowhere, and it's 3rd down and 10.
I'll tell you what, John Hainline, the defensive coordinator for Youngstown State, he's done a nice job. He's done a nice job not giving up a lot of big plays down the field, other than when it's just a more talented player, Nick Marsh. I mean, how many times was it yards after the catch? They've been playing sound here. So here on a 3rd down, I wouldn't bring a bunch of pressure guy. I would play sound as well. Little press coverage on the outside. Just try to force Aidan Chiles to have to manipulate his throw.
Chiles was 16 of 21 passing in the first half. Pressure here, and he checks it down, but too high for Frazier to do anything with it. Karsten Marshall comes flying in for the 6-yard loss, and it's 3 and out to start the half for Michigan State. The back, a lot of their sweatshirts have the capital F and the lowercase e. Check your periodic table, Yogi. That's iron. Being tough means a lot to the young men from Northeast Ohio. Max Tomzak in some traffic takes that punt. Second and 7 for Brungard on the move, and is able, no, he's not, never mind. Jordan Hall ended that quickly. Good protection for Brungard to cut it loose, and Mike Solomon is worked out of bounds. It's incomplete. Good coverage there from Joshua Eaton. Brendan Kilpatrick will send Amari Kelly back. He catches that up over his head, and that was able to turn it around with some momentum. Kelly sees space. One man to beat, and he beats him. And Amari Kelly is gone. No! He gets tripped up at the 5. What a return. So it brings the offense out now for Michigan State. 83-yard punt return. Here's Tullis. And he steps in. And now Ryan Eckley will kick it away to Flash Wilson. And he lets it fly. Part of the Athletics Hall of Fame class. Here's a 3rd down for Youngstown State. Brungard under some duress and just has to throw it away. All of a sudden, Isaiah Moa just appeared in view, and he had to get that ball out. Amari Kelly after the 83-yard punt return. He's able to make a little something there to get it out to the 35, 36-yard line. And Aidan Chiles to give it to Tullis, who just scored that touchdown on the last possession. No gain. Rhett?
A couple updates for you. Wide receiver.
All right, Rhett. Thank you. We have not seen Alante Brown at all. The kickoff return specialist is Michael Wells. Causes that 3-yard loss. We had fun talking to Michael Wells this week, Yogi, in preparation for this game. He's been playing rush end for all of 6 weeks, a new position as he's moved from linebacker.
Yeah, he's got a really fun story. He's a guy who played multiple sports growing up. He was a wideout as well when he was in high school, linebacker in high school. When he showed up at Youngstown State, he's thinking, I'm going to play safety. And he said he had a whole mentality change, but it's almost helped him a little bit because when you're playing the edge, you see a little bit less. It's kind of like see ball, get ball. He's made a lot of plays from the edge today.
3-man rush here. Chiles with time on 3rd down, and there is Amari Kelly with the first. A couple of tight ends in the game on play action, and there's Jack Velle, who's had a productive day, and he stays upright. And picks up about 8 yards.
Yeah, we saw this earlier, Guy. This is the stretch play action, outside zone. It's so hard to defend. A, you don't see it. You don't see it in practice for Youngstown State. You rarely see it in all of college football. Aidan Chiles, he's doing a little version of Peyton Manning there with that play action. And understanding that play action is such a process. And Aidan Chiles has really evolved in that process under center.
2nd down and 2 coming up under center again. On the hard count, and he gives it to Tullis. And he runs for another 1st down and keeps going. Wow. He's had some big ones. Now, Chiles is in the shotgun. Pressure, he steps away from it. Pumps, now lets it fly, and it's caught! Michael Masonis! Touchdown, Michigan State. And now Connaughton on for the point after, and he's got it. Flash Wilson's going to bring this out, trying to make a play for Youngstown State. Gets out to the 20. Second and short. And Gilbert is going to make it third down and short. One for their last 5 is Youngstown State on third down. Tomczak in motion. Brungard throws, and there is Bray, the tight end. And he's got a big gainer out across midfield, and a first down for Youngstown State.
For him, got another shot down the seam.
And it's out of the backfield. Gilbert keeps his feet and gets down inside the 10. Last week it was an issue against BC for this Michigan State defense, trying to hold the line here. Brungard waiting, and gets pulled down by Alex Van Sumeren.
It's a nice job from Van Sumeren.
Wearing number 11 on the edge at the top of the screen. Lined up across from the right tackle. On third down and goal. And movement. And that's going to go against Youngstown State.
Sometimes you're trying to get in the perfect play.
False start. Offense number 78. 5-yard penalty, third down.
Brungard was looking that way, now he's flushed. And he's going to make this fourth down and goal down around the 3-yard line. Play clock low. Brungard looking, throws, caught, touchdown Youngstown State. R.K. Dandridge, the first of his career, and the Penguins got a heartbeat.
Nice job from Bo Brungard just recognizing that.
Mustavka with the point after. Sean McCray will take the touchback. So
you want to keep running, and then hopefully the defense overruns one. But I'll tell you what, John Hainline's group, the DC at Youngstown State, has done a nice job.
Play action, and that is batted away and intercepted. Cameron Cunningham snagged it for the pick, and what a huge turn of events. 1:10 remaining here, third quarter. Brungard trying to get to the edge, swallowed up by Jalen Thompson. Play clock is at 2. Brungard, does he see it? Just got it off. Dancing and gets it out of bounds. Brungard gets through the hole, gets stopped up for a short gain. Nikai Martinez hasn't played a ton today, Yogi, back from injury. Good position. Michigan State able to force the field goal attempt here from Andrew Lastovka of 37 yards. And that kick is no good. It was tough to tell at that angle. That was a long kick over the right upright, and it says it's over the upright. And Michigan State's defense is able to hold Youngstown State to no points after the interception. And to the ground go the Spartans with Makai Frazier. Let's look back at the pick from the last possession.
Yeah, they're going to run a little play action. The fullback's eventually going to find his way to the flat. I don't fault Aidan Chiles for trying to make this throw to Evan Boyd. He's trying to rip it right here in the middle of the field. But his fullback's wide open in the flat. Like, there's a world where you see defender flash in front of you. We've seen guys standing there like Aidan Chiles and make that throw. Also, a pump, avoid, check it down. This drive here, this quarter, he's going to have to avoid any type of self-inflicted negative with the score being 31-17.
Design run behind Elijah Tolliver. Makes another man miss and gets out to the 40-yard line. Good run from Aidan Chiles.
Saw it last week against BC guy. Saw it there. The elusive element of Aidan Chiles. I don't think you could mimic that unless you play it.
15-yard run is the longest of the day for Michigan State. Tullis, big hole, and he's out to the logo and near a first down. Just shy, it'll be 2nd and inches. Remember, this is a Michigan State team without the star receiver, Nick Marsh, in the second half after he was a one-man first down machine in the first half. 2nd down and short. Back to Tullis, and Tullis, the first man to hit him was his own.
Tullis again picks up 6 yards.
Frazier gets ridden down by Karsten Marshall. Loss of actually no gain, maybe a yard backwards.
Officials timeout for a player injury.
Aidan Chiles feeling his way for a yard, maybe 2, and it's 3rd down.
Hopefully he is all right. I'll tell you what, though, this running back room is more than all right because their running back coach, Keith Bonifa, his story is incredible. He was a probation officer intern out of college. Then he goes to Laney College and learns from John Beam. If you've watched the documentary Last Chance U, the last year they did it, it was on Coach Beam at what he did in the Northern California area. Chris Peterson has been an influence. June Jones, as we played for in Hawaii, has been an influence. He's made sure this group has come together in a bunch of ways. Let's see how they respond.
3rd down and 9. Tolliver with a huge block and clears the path for Aidan Chiles, who goes way up top and comes down inside the red zone. Well, you know, there was a Jordan and Magic, actually, as it turned out, had a great all-star game back and forth when Jordan hit several threes. Here's Chiles rolling out. His brother's a great basketball player. Aidan checks it down to Jack Velling, and he gets swallowed up. Aidan was telling us, you know, his younger brother plays at Long Beach Jordan High School in Southern California. His brother Aaron is. Aidan kind of shook his head. He's like, yeah, he's 6'6". Like, lucky him. And he's not here on this trip, even though a lot of Aidan's family is, because Aaron's got some basketball to play. And it was fun talking to him about the mentality, right? That is a fearless young man wearing number 2 in his junior season for Michigan State.
Yeah, you ain't lying, man. And I'll tell you where he's really grown is he can understand the why. Understand the why of the defense, why they played that front, why they dropped. They didn't come back to the sideline and say it. You see him now talking to the sideline saying, I don't know if they can hear you. I don't know if you can hear the headset communication. Michigan State's going to call a timeout. But he is just, it's been leaps and bounds from where he was as a first-year player last year and now here with his full command of what he likes, what he doesn't like, what he sees, what he doesn't see.
And now it's 2nd down. After the timeout, they couldn't get the play in on the previous. That's why they called it. Here's Amari Cooper. Chiles taking his time, looking. Oh, he gets Kelly open, and he can't bring it in. Those two, they had their eyes locked, and Kelly went to space, and they just couldn't connect.
That was a really cool route by Kelly, just a little sit route in the end zone. He's kind of open all day. Then he sees Chiles scrambling. He decides to run that scramble there, which is to turn and run towards the pylon. I don't think Aidan Chiles sets his feet. You'll see number 1 to the top of the screen. Kelly, a little whip route outside then in. He's open. Chiles looking for the window. It's off platform. He's got the ability to make that. Doesn't set his feet. And that's a rare miss from QB1, Aidan Chiles.
Martin Connington 1 for 1 today from 24 yards, and that is good. Brungard, quick little pass inside, a push pass to Alex McDonald, and he's able to get 7-8 yards out of it. Brungard, pressure, steps away, points, and will pick up a first down. Brungard with a defender in his face, able to get it out to Tomczak, and he picks up another first down.
And I keep trying to find Max Tomczak. He's found these little holes. He's got this ability to find zones against this Michigan State defense.
Brungard cannot connect with Tomczak. He was looking for him.
Another trick play.
This one gets flipped around to Jaden Gilbert, who's had a couple of huge gainers today. Brungard gets it out quickly to Mills, but he is cut down by Aidan West. Youngstown State 2 for 2 on 4th down today. Tomczak, the middle receiver at the top, tight end at the bottom. Spread it out. Tomczak's got it, first down. Tomczak down to the 30 and gets crunched just shy of the 20. And Youngstown State is 3 for 3 on 4th down.
Here comes a late blitz, I think, from Michigan. Oh, here's an audible. Michigan State, do they change coverage?
Pretzloff creeping up near the line of scrimmage, and here he comes up the middle, and that gets out quickly. Brungard is able to find Fresh Walters. Wilson in motion. Brungard trying to keep it, and that is stuffed, and Pretzloff is slow to rise. Gets it out quick again. This is to Flash Wilson, and Wilson races into the end zone. The Penguins will not go away. Touchdown, Youngstown State.
How about the play call? Are you kidding me? Mike Yurcich in his bag right now. Getting the ball out quick. He's trying to do it the whole time. Watch the offensive line on the right side. They are sprinting. They've got 4 bodies for only 3 for Michigan State. And Flash Wilson does the rest. You're right. Youngstown State, they are not going away. They're not trying to get on that bus for that 4-hour drive. They're trying to celebrate on this field.
11-play drive that covered 75 yards. And it's a 10-point game. And now they're going with an onside kick. And Michigan State is able to recover it. And Elijah Tolliver picks up 3.
Okay, now let's talk through this schematics here, right? It's a 2-possession game.
Jake Coyne is in at fullback. Yeah, they'll give it back to Tolliver. Aidan Chiles is going to take this and convert and stay in bounds. Great play by Aidan Chiles there to keep the clock running. Now 1st down and 10 for Aidan Chiles. Elijah Tolliver remains in the game in the backfield. And he weaving his way. A nice run on 1st down. And at 1:54, Youngstown State will use its final timeout. Aidan Chiles working the opportunity for Michigan State to give it to Tolliver again. No timeouts left for Youngstown State, and Tolliver's going to race in and put it away. And he's going to pop this up in the air. A fair catch taken from Youngstown State. That game was delayed by weather has gotten underway. This is Jaden Gilbert. Jaden Gilbert has had a heck of a day today. Remember, Youngstown State entering as a 25th ranked FCS team in the country. Very good program historically, and they've got a good roster this year. They showed quite a bit of fight today. Meanwhile, we mentioned 3 of the next 4 for Michigan State are on the road, including that game at SC next week. Another quick throw to Gilbert, and he is brought down. So many questions, Yogi, as you said, about injury, but coming off of that high, we wondered, would there be a letdown today? And Michigan State going to end up scoring over 40 points and find a way to get it done. And by the way, 346 yards of total offense for Aidan Chiles.
Who knows? Maybe post game he'll give Brett a hug like he did last week after the game, after this performance.
Michigan State has not started 3-0 in back-to-back seasons since 2006-2007. That's what they're going to do today. As Youngstown State finds Tomzak again, he gets across midfield. As he exits, run guard throws that out of bounds. And Lafayette is able to break it up and get home. Boy, they love this young man, don't they? Talking to Joe Rossi, he said, I can't, he never stops. He never stops talking, he never stops flying around, and he plays till zeros hit the board, and there's a hug. And Michigan State gets it done today.